In the final scene of Masters of the Air Episode 6, Major John "Bucky" Egan arrives at Stalag Luft 3, where he finds many of his friends from the 100th Bomb Group, including Major Gale "Buck" Cleven, and as it turns out, this POW camp actually existed during World War II. According to history, the real Bucky Egan did escape his damaged plane during the Munster raid, and after landing in German territory, Egan was captured and brought to Stalag Luft 3. He reunited with members of the 100th there, and they remained in the camp until the war's end. Bucky's arrival at Stalag Luft 3 is definitely a turning point for Masters of the Air. The first half of the series focused solely on flying, and nearly every episode followed one of the 100th Bomb Group's unlucky missions. However, as the series nears its end, it is delving into even darker parts of the war, including the experiences of the 100th's prisoners of war. With the reappearance of Buck Cleven in Masters of the Air Episode 6, it is probable that the show will remain at the camp until the end, revealing the horrors of Nazi-occupied POW camps. Stalag Luft 3's history and use as a POW camp in World War II. Stalag Luft 3 Gates Masters of the Air. Stalag Luft 3 was a POW camp run by the Luftwaffe beginning in March 1942. It was located in Zagan, Poland, but back then, was a town called Sagan in Nazi Germany. The camp was designated for members of the U.S. Army Air Forces and Western Allied Airmen, which is why the Luftwaffe were in charge of the place. In fact, even the name of the camp denotes its use. The German Stammlager Luft literally translates to main camp, air. The location of Stalag Luft 3 was chosen because its sandy soil made escape via tunnels much more difficult. Stalag Luft 3 was in use from March 1942 until January 1945. In that time, the camp picked up Allied prisoners of all kinds, including Americans, Britons, Canadians, Poles, Australians, Frenchmen, and more. At a certain point, the camp housed more than 10,000 captured airmen. The POWs were housed in single-story huts with 15 men in a room. Though food was scarce, the prisoners enjoyed certain luxuries such as academics, entertainment, and recreational programs. In fact, Stalag Luft 3 had the best facilities of any POW camp, where the men could play any number of sports. The Great Escape from Stalag Luft 3 explained. Stalag Luft 3 Masters of the Air. One of the most significant aspects of Stalag Luft 3's history is the Great Escape. Although the camp was specifically designed to make escape difficult, prisoners at Stalag Luft 3 made incredible attempts. In March 1943, Royal Air Force Squadron leader Roger Bushell came up with a plan to get 200 of his men out of the camp. The plan consisted of the men digging 3 separate tunnels which were named Tom, Dick, and Harry respectively. The genius of the plan was that, if one tunnel was discovered, the German officers would never consider the existence of 2 more tunnels. After a full year, the tunnel called Harry was finally complete. These tunnels were not simply holes in the ground, but were complex systems that included air circulation, staging posts, and tools made of tin cans. In March 1944, as the Gestapo ordered Stalag Luft 3 to increase efforts against escape, Bushell's plan went into action. Due to unforeseen problems such as tunnel collapse and inclement weather, only 76 men were able to escape via the tunnel rather than 200, and the 77th man who tried to escape was caught, leading the Germans to uncover the conspiracy.